Welcome to Gilson Week. This week is going to be about all things Gilson snowboards. We are going to talk about a bunch of snowboards in their arsenal. We're going to ride them, review them, and just shed light on this rad American company called Gilson, where they make the snowboards, everything here in America, which is incredible. Almost as incredible as the fact that we are going to give every single one of these snowboards away that we review this week. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, but also you got to head to my Instagram because that's where we're going to be giving them away. So go to the Instagram. It's Gilson Week. So this is an idea I've had for a long time, and that is to work with a snowboard company and to review all of their decks and like go over their story and all kinds of stuff and just cover a whole brand for a week. Now, this isn't a sponsorship. This is a partnership because Gilson Snowboards is not paying me to do this. And they didn't ask me to do this either. This is my idea. And the reason why I wanted to partner with Gilson and do this is because I think they're incredible people. For making the snowboards in Pennsylvania in their warehouse where they employ a bunch of really rad, nice people that I got to meet because I personally went out there and made my own Gilson bounty hunter with the crew, got to meet the people. It was an incredible experience. That was 2 years ago, which is crazy to think. But not only are the snowboards made in America, the wood that goes into these snowboards is Pennsylvania poplar. I think I said that right, which is a native tree to Pennsylvania that they use in all of their snowboards, which is incredible. And they don't only make snowboards, they also have skis available. So if you're a skier, you should also still enjoy this series. Now there's 3 snowboards that I'm gonna be highlighting and going over. First one being the Duel right here. This is their flat profile snowboard, which I think is great for beginners going into intermediate. I think flat profile is still one of my favorite profiles of snowboard. When I say profile, I'm talking about the shape of the board, meaning this board is flat. A camber board will rise up a little bit like this. A hybrid camber will rise between the feet and kind of rocker in the middle and then rocker in the tail and tip. If that's a lot for you, trust me, it took me a while to figure out as well. But this snowboard is great for beginners and intermediate riders. If that hurts your ears, don't worry, they're steel edges. Now another thing that's special to Gilson is they have this 3D edge right here. Let me see if I can show you. So the snowboard is raised here in the middle. So it's, you know, it's like edge and then it bumps up to this, what they call the butter pad, which is really cool. I rode it once before in my life and I wasn't the biggest fan back then, but I'm gonna give it another shot. We have it right here in my hand. We're gonna give it a shot, see how the 3D edge works again. And I hear it's great for beginners. It kind of helps them not catch an edge as quick. We're gonna test that out. As well as it's supposed to make it really surfy feeling, really good for butters and everything like that. So once again, we'll test that out as well. This is, once again, the Duel, and I got it in 149 because they chop off the nose and the tail, allowing you to get a smaller snowboard, which is pretty cool. So you can cut 6 centimeters off of the length of your snowboard because it's unneeded space right there. So you get the like feel of a bigger board, but it rides like a smaller board. I don't know, it sounds like really rad. So this is the Duel with their Nature Fighting Back graphic. And on the note of graphics, Gilson Snowboards does a ton of custom graphics. So if you ever wanted to get your own custom graphic, this was like a alcohol company that sent me one to help them get stuff, but Gilson made that board. But they have insane graphics, especially on their Undead series. But they also work with local artists. I know Sean Oz, my tattoo artist that did my tattoo on my arm, he has a snowboard right now on their website, which is incredible. So if you are an artist and you want to make your own snowboard, or if you just want really cool, crazy graphics, Gilson is a rad snowboard for that. Now, I have a package of Undeads coming, but it hasn't shown up yet. So they'll show up, but this is their older version of the Undead. When I do the review, I'll have the new graphic available, but this one's pretty rowdy. This is a hybrid camber snowboard, meaning it's camber under each foot, it's rocker in the middle, and it rockers on the tail and tips. This is a very park-focused snowboard. Same thing with the Duel. It's very park and butter-focused. These snowboards should absolutely rip in the park, and of course, we're gonna put them to the test. The Undead also has the shaved-off nose right there too. So if you are buying an Undead, and they mentioned this on their website, but just know that you can take 6 centimeters off of your size, which is pretty cool. Now I have ridden this snowboard and I got it in my size, and that is the Bounty Hunter 152. This is a rad board, and they have a whole rad series with the Bounty Hunter that we'll get into once we do the review. But this is their Camber snowboard. This is their hard charger. This is their carver. It is still park focused. Like if you're really into jumps and you want to spin big jumps and hit big jumps, this would be the board that I recommend for you. Sadly, we don't have jumps right now. I'll try and find some jumps. But it's got an incredible graphic. Once again, Gilson is so rad with their graphics. And this one has the traditional edge snowboard. So Gilson recently started making just normal snowboard bases, which got me excited. And when I saw that, I was like, yo, Nick, I'd love to try out a Gilson that's like doesn't have the 3D edge, because I once again, I tried it and I wasn't the biggest fan in the beginning, but we're gonna give it a shot, and that's the best part about it. And once again, all of these snowboards were given to you guys, which is gonna be a ton of fun. One of the snowboards we're not gonna be reviewing is their Gilson Fly, which is a powder board that I really wanted to review, but we're not getting any snow here in Colorado at the moment, so maybe that'll be a review later down in the year that we can do that. I also wanted to review a pair of skis. Maybe they'll send me some twin tips. I'll get out there. I'm not the best skier, but I'll show you how it's done. But they also, on their website, by the way, they do have like a ton of incredible merchandise, really high quality merchandise, clothing, whatever you want to call it. So to spice this video up, I was going to quickly set up the first board I'm going to review, which is going to be the Duel, and I'm just going to kind of quickly walk through my setup process, and just so you guys can get some tips real quick. But before I do that, I did launch Buckhouse Wax this season, and Gilson is a provider seller. They're gonna have Buckhouse Wax available. So when you pick up your, Duel or whatever snowboard that you out of this series think is really awesome, if you wanted to also pick up Buckhouse Wax there, that is an option for you, which is super sick. They also helped me create this, and that's once again why I said like Gilson are incredible people. Like they helped me through the process of finding manufacturers and all kinds of stuff. Like these dudes are just rad dudes, and they just out of the goodness of their heart spent time helping me, which is insane. Another thing that's insane is you can get a bundle with Gilson and get Clue bindings with one of your bundles, which is sick. So you get the board, get the bindings, and all of that ties into a great deal. And of course, we got Black Friday coming up, all kinds of stuff with deals. So you're gonna want to check out Gilson. They're doing stuff. Now let's set up snowboards. So obviously I'm always setting up a snowboard, so I know my exact distance between my feet. But if you don't know, you got a couple options. You can get in the position like you're gonna do a squat, and whatever your stance is, then that's where you're gonna want to be. Or you can do the forearm trick. Some people say the distance between your forearm is going to be where you want to be. I know I am 13 inches in between my feet, which some people are like, what? I am a very small human, okay? Now, one of my favorite things about setting up bindings with Clue bindings is that I remove the high back and I just have less stuff to deal with while I'm setting these up. So once you got your distance, then you got to go with your binding angles. Now, I am someone that rides a lot of switch. If you do not ride a lot of switch, don't do what I'm about to do. I go positive 12 on my front foot, negative 12 on my back foot, but I am almost equally riding both directions of my snowboard. Some people call it the rental shop stance, because that's just what people just tend to do, is put people same on both foot, because we don't know which direction the beginner snowboarder is going to be going. Now, if you know which direction you like to ride, if it's left foot dominant going forward down the mountain, so with your back foot and you're not ready to ride switch, I would have your back foot at like a -6 or a -3 degree angle, and then 12 or 15 is what I recommend on the front foot. If that sounded like gibberish to you, I'm sorry, just replay it like 6 more times and you will understand, while also trying to put bindings on the board. Also, like a car, just crisscross your patterns of your screws as you tighten them in. That way you can get a nice good tight and you're not gonna get swivel foot when you're out there on the mountain. And like that, we have a snowboard ready to ride. And the best part about Gilson's is they wax their stuff, like their boards and skis, before it even leaves the shop, which is super sick. So there is factory wax on there, but once again, you gotta wax every 3 to 5 days of snowboarding. So once that factory is gone, throw on some Buckhouse wax and you're ready to rip. So once again, Gilson week. I was shocked at like how many Gilsons I had chilling around already, and I'm super excited to be partnering with these guys. They brought us out to their summer snow day this summer. When I say us, I meant me and my son Roman, which was a ton of fun. Got to hang out with Nick and Andrew and all the Gilson crew, and it was so rad. And I'm just stoked to be partnering with such a rad group of guys and girls and people at Gilson. They are incredible. This is going to be a ton of fun. So subscribe for Gilson week. Get ready for Gilson week. It's on, guys. We are going to be shredding the mountain and giving away some snowboards. I forgot to mention that Saturday, the 22nd, we're going to go live, and that's when we're going to announce all the giveaway winners, as well as answer all your guys' questions on Gilson snowboards and everything like that. So save the date, Saturday, the 22nd. Let's do this. Thanks for watching. Keep evolving. YouTube really wants you to watch the video at the end of this one. They literally hand selected that video for you.